My in-laws said I wasn't real family, so I stopped pretending I was. Thanksgiving dinner. I'd been married to David for 3 years, and his mother Linda looked at me across the table and said, "Well, you're not really family. Not like blood family." She said it casually, like she was commenting on the weather. David's sister Morgan nodded. Right? Like, she could leave any time. We're stuck with each other forever. They both laughed. David stared at his plate and said nothing. I set down my fork. "Excuse me?" "Oh, don't be sensitive," Linda said. "We're just being honest. You married in. We were born into this." I looked at David. Still nothing. After 3 years of hosting every holiday at our house, after I'd been the one organizing his mother's surprise 60th, after I'd helped Morgan move twice and co-signed her car loan when her credit was destroyed. Not real family. "Okay," I said quietly. I stood up, grabbed my coat, and left. David called me twice on the drive home. I didn't answer. The next morning, I started making calls. First, I called the loan company for Morgan's car. I wanted to know my options for removing myself as a co-signer. They said I couldn't unless she refinanced. So I called Morgan. "Hey, you need to refinance your car loan within 30 days, or I'm reporting the payments late." "What? You can't do that. Watch me. I'm not real family, remember? I don't have any obligations." She tried to argue. I hung up. Then I logged into the family phone plan. My name, my credit. I'd added David's parents and sister 2 years ago when Linda complained about her bill. I removed all 3 lines, effective immediately. Linda called David's phone within 10 minutes, furious. "Your wife just shut off my phone." I could hear her from across the room. David looked at me, panicked. "What are you doing?" "Not family things," I said. "Family plans are for family." Next, I canceled the Sunday meal prep I did every week for Linda. She had diabetes, and I'd been making her diabetic-friendly meals for 18 months. Portioned, labeled, delivered to her door. I texted her, "You'll need to figure out meals on your own now. I'm sure real family can help." Then I called the property manager at Morgan's apartment. She was on my rental history as a reference because her credit was too damaged to rent a loan. I explained I'd made an error and needed to remove my name from any future liability. They said they'd note it, but she'd need to reapply or provide another guarantor at renewal. Her lease was up in 45 days. David tried to talk to me that night. "They didn't mean it like that." "Then how did they mean it?" He had no answer. "I've spent 3 years trying to be part of your family. I hosted holidays. I helped with moves, loans, bills, groceries, and I'm not real family? Fine, I'll act accordingly. You're being petty. I'm being consistent." Within a week, the consequences started piling up. Morgan couldn't get anyone to co-sign her car refinance. Her credit score was 580. She couldn't afford the payments on her own, and I'd already notified the lender I'd be disputing any late payments that affected my credit. She had to sell the car. Took a $4,000 loss. Linda called David crying because she couldn't figure out her new phone plan and kept running out of data. "Why won't she just add me back?" "Because you said she's not real family," David finally said. I was joking. She wasn't laughing. Morgan's apartment hunt went nowhere. Every application rejected. She finally had to move back in with Linda. 2 weeks later, Linda called David in a panic. "Morgan and I can't afford this house on our own. Your father's pension doesn't cover enough. We need help." "Ask real family," I said when David told me. Here's what they didn't know. For 2 years, I'd been quietly paying the difference on Linda's house payments when David's dad's pension fell short. Usually $400, $600 a month. I did it through David's account, so he didn't even realize how much. I just handled it. I stopped. Linda called David every week. The mortgage company started sending notices. David's brother lived in California and couldn't help. His sister was barely covering rent. "You have to do something," David said. "Why? I'm not real family." "Stop saying that." They said it first. Linda tried calling me directly. I didn't answer. She sent a long email apologizing, saying she didn't mean it, that I was being cruel. I wrote back, "You told me I wasn't family. I believed you. I'm just treating you how you defined our relationship." 3 months later, Linda and Morgan had to sell the house, downsized to a 2-bedroom apartment. David barely spoke to me for weeks, but he also stopped defending them. At Christmas, Linda sent me a card. Inside, it said, "You were right. I'm sorry. You've been more family than I deserved." I didn't respond. Morgan sent a text. "I got approved for an apartment on my own. No thanks to you." I blocked her. David asked if I'd ever forgive them. "They didn't want me to be family," I said, "so I'm not. They don't get to change the rules when it stops working for them." He nodded slowly. I should have said something that night. "Yeah, you should have. They wanted me to know my place, so I showed them exactly what that place was worth."